All right, what it is, what it is, what it is. What's good, what's good, what's good. Make a Move podcast. Your boy Kumal. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, today something crazy. A couple things happened this week, which was crazy. Yeah. Um, the pioneer, Brooklyn, Mr. C, the producer who he's a producer, radio personnel, DJ. Passed away at the age of 57, which is young for a black man. Well, just young, period. I mean, he passed away this past week. Now, if you don't know who Mr. C is, Mr. C, um, uh, from born and raised in New York, been in the game well over 20 years. He executive produced, in my estimate, my opinion, the greatest rapper of all time, which is Biggie Smalls. Notorious Big, whatever you want to call him. He executive produces his first album. I actually worked with him prior to that album. Mixing and mastering the DJ. Him and what's the other DJ name? I forget his name. Other producer. It'll come back to me, y'all. But um, he worked with some of the greats. So he passed away this weekend, man. It's R.I.P. to Mr. C, man. Mr. C is a legend in this game in the hip hop world. You know what I mean? And yeah, he was young, like I said, 57, born in 1966. I don't know what he passed away from. That's the crazy part. What they didn't really specify exactly how he died. Um, Let me check right now so I can get some more information, and be more a little bit more accurate. Blah blah blah. Bob is credit. So okay, they say he helped discover Biggie. One to the former employee New York about DJ. Man, they still ain't saying how he died. How he died. They're just saying he passed away, man. But like I said, RP. Hold on. Let's see how he died. Hip hop legend, y'all. Hip hop legend, Mr. C passed away. Um, yeah, that's sad, and it's crazy. Within the same week of Mr. C passing away. Oh, let me see. What name? Calvin LeBron. That's weird. Didn't even know that. LeBron is his last name. LeBron. I'll get back to it though. They ain't really say how he died though. Most likely, they ain't saying it like right, like they ain't specify exactly how he died. Most likely, it's probably some kind of health issues or some sort. Um, but within the same week, you know, my man OG, the Juice, the Juice. O.J. Simpson passed away now. Everybody know O.J. Simpson. Crazy. O.J. Simpson got a hell of a career. O.J. Simpson, star athlete, Heisman, the whole shebang. Legendary football player. But then he switched careers and he got into the movies. And if anybody you want to see, the younger generation, if you're not sure who he is, go look at some of his highlights on YouTube, or you can look at uh, 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 his movies. The Naked Gun. He played in the series like that. He played in a couple other movies. Funny. He started showing us, his comedic ways, but people really know him for the murder of his wife and her side, well, his ex-wife and her side, her dude, whatever at the time. This is back in like '94 when that murder happened, and chick name was Nicole Brown. Um, she was young too. Oh, she was. Okay. This is back in 1994. 1994. That probably was the biggest news story of that year. Definitely of that year. That trial went on for a long. That trial went on for a long time where OJ they you must say they accused him of murder, but he was acquitted. But yeah, OJ just passed away, man. I don't like to try to highlight any bad doing, but just had to point that out because some people probably, know him from that, but he did much more in his life. You know what I'm saying? Died. He lived in Nevada. He was 76 years old. So he was, he lived his life for the most part, but he said he died from cancer. Um, he also was, doing pretty well. He was a regular guest on Cam and Mace podcast. This is what it is. It is what it is. Just talking sports, talking. He had a gang of knowledge of the of football. Like I said, he was a former star player in the NFL. He did great in college. So he had a lot of knowledge, and Cam made used to really reach out to him, talk to him, get that information for him. You know what I mean? Get that information, that OG information from him. And he just passed away this week. They say death come in threes. So I don't want to say who's next, but hopefully it's not. But we're gonna say R.I.P. to Mr. C's and O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson, R.I.P. Man. Crazy time. This has been a crazy week. Um, you know, crazy, crazy, crazy. So also we're gonna touch bases on to the next thing, to the next thing. The oh, what the hell? It's been about 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks. Since the Key Bridge collapsed in Baltimore. Now, since then, there's been a whole lot of um storyline on if it was you know, people got all these theories of, this was set up, this was a plan, this is an invasion, this is, what I mean, because the way the bridge actually fell, um, it looked unreal. It looked unreal. It didn't look real at all, honestly. It really didn't. Like I said, I crossed that bridge a lot, you know what I mean, here in Baltimore. Um, so now it's taking them time to get that bridge out of the water. You know what I mean? The divers are out there. It's dangerous for them. So shouts out to the divers and anybody that's involved in the recovery of trying to get this thing whole, together with the mayor and that whole, part. Um, Truckers, if you in transportation, man. Um, but before we start with transportation, from what I heard, I think they pulled out maybe one body because it was 8 workers that were still on the bridge when the bridge fell originally. It was about 8 workers. Two of them survived. The other six, they wasn't able to recover yet. So, um, they were still searching, but they couldn't really search the way they want to because the bridge is in the water. It's that muddy water is dirty. They said the divers really couldn't really see maybe 2 feet in front of them, so it was dangerous for them to even get in the water because the bridge is in the water. You can't see what's in front of you. Then that's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So, um, they they pulled one vehicle, one of the service vehicles, the worker vehicles that was out of the water, and I think they pulled maybe one body out, which you know at this point now, you sunk under the water for over 2 weeks. You're not surviving. Honestly, they wasn't going to survive past an hour because at the time when the bridge fell, um, they said that the temperature at the time was like 40 degrees and 40 degrees under the water. You got maybe about an hour, something like that. After that, you're not going to survive that. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, RP to them, to that family, man. Pray for them. Pray for them. It's going to take a long time for that bridge for them to rebuild it. You know what I mean? We can't even think about rebuilding at this point because they still got to get the bridge out of the water, which is, I think that's going to take over a year, honestly, just to get it out. Because then, as they getting it out, they got to cut the bridge. They chopping the bridge. It was a big bridge. It was a really, 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 really big bridge. So they got to, you know, cut the bridge up and take the bridge out. So now, getting to my next thing, if you in transportation, I don't know how or what companies they're using. If you're an independent contractor, you might want to get a contact with some of the people down there because that metal that's coming off that bridge, that's coming out of that water from that bridge, the parts that they cut them, they're gonna need to transport that somewhere. You're an independent contractor, you got your own trucking company, you up and running, you're doing your thing. Get in contact with them people down there because that's money. That's money to be made. Not to say to be trying to make money off of your situation, but at the end of the day, stuff got to be moved. Stuff has to be moved. That's a lot of metal. That's a lot of transportation. Whether you're in a box truck, you're in a tractor trailer, you got a flatbed, whatever you got, get in contact with them people down there because that may be profitable for you for the moment. You know what I mean? And at the same time, they need the help down there. They got all the different law enforcement and different local companies probably down there helping. But the more the better if they got some openings and things like that, and you're in that line of business for the truckers. Now I'm a man. I came from the transportation field, so I understand. You know what I mean? If I had a truck up and running right now, I'd be down in my damn self. Um, trying to get involved. So you in the trucking world, truckers out there, man. Shouts out to y'all. Um, talk to the people down there because a lot of people down there, they need the help for one. Shouts out to all the fire departments that's down there, the police, everybody that's on the clock, around the clock, trying to help because the fire department and EMS, and they got to be on the clock for the divers. The divers, whoever's involved in that, if they just it's dangerous even trying to take that bridge out of the water. So people can actually lose their lives just by even attempting to do that. So they got people around the clock that's actually you know um helping out. So shouts out to everybody that's doing that. Um, it's going to take a while. They said it took about 5 years to actually build the bridge, but um, once they're able to get the bridge and all the debris and everything out of the water, the concrete, I think it's going to take with the new technology maybe 3 years to build that bridge. But a lot of money has been lost due to that bridge. You know what I mean? So much was affected because even the local businesses that's around the area, the people who work at the port, they've been affected. You know what I'm saying? So the city of Baltimore is really hurting right now. So you already know what that means. When the city's hurting, uh, they're gonna probably either raise taxes, groceries, anything to get that money. The taxpayers gonna have to pay for that, which is crazy because I know they're getting resources and money from the government and other places, but it's a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying? So, um, shouts out to all the workers and everybody that's down there helping. Um, yeah, man, it's definitely tough. That bridge will really affect. I didn't realize how much money just the bridge being up brought to that area, just to the city. You know what I'm saying? So um, everybody that was actually on the ship, they said survived. From what I'm hearing, they survived. Um, but the damage that came with it, and then the 6 people that was actually that haven't been found yet, they're still underwater. Well, maybe five now. From what I'm hearing, the conspiracy theorists, they could have been saved. Like the bridge, they um they stopped traffic on that bridge prior to actually the ship actually crashing. You know what I'm saying? They stopped it. So if they was able to stop it, that means they shut down the traffic. The workers were still on a bridge, which they were, somewhere in the middle. They were supposed to contact them. The towers were supposed to contact them. Hey, yo, we got an emergency off the bridge. From what I'm hearing, no one advised them. Which is not good. So that could have been prevented. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's crazy. You know what I mean? To be, for that to happen, that time of the morning, the water's already muddy, so you can't. You fall in that water, you can't see nothing. That's at night. You can't even see nothing during the daytime. And as you fall, you got to think the entire bridge fall on top of you, and that's got to be some. That's a scary way to go. Scary way to die, man. So you know, shouts out to the family and pray for them. Pray Baltimore recover and we'll be all right, man. We're gonna pull through, get through this, make moves. You know, so that's what's going on out here, man. Till the next time, your boy Kumal, making more podcasts. Stay tuned, man. I got more coming to y'all, man. P Diddy, he's still out here. we'll give you some updates on that. So until the next time, like, comment, subscribe. Man, it's your boy Cool Man. Thank you for the love and the support. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for everything, man. I'm gonna keep hitting you with some content. Got some merch coming soon. Got some other stuff coming soon, man. I'm gonna keep y'all updated on everything, man. But until then, meantime, between time, peace.